Hello friends, this is Pinal Shah. Welcome to Java World. In this first session, we will discuss why Java is required, why Java is so much popular. Then we are also going to discuss some of the basic concepts like variable, data type, loop, functions that you already studied in the other programming language either in C or in C++. Then we will discuss what are the basic difference between Java and C++. Then what are the common features of object-oriented programming language, as well as we are also going to discuss the special features of Java in this session. So welcome to Java World. I will start our first session, and my first question is why Java only? Why this language is so much popular among the developers? Actually, there are lots many reasons that make this language more powerful, but for this session I have collected some of the common reasons. So as a beginner you can easily understand and you will get the kickstart for learning this language. Now the first reason is Java is free. Free means what? It's an open source language. And open source means what? To run the Java program, whatever softwares are required in our system or in machine, all that softwares are freely available in the market. That's why we can say Java is free language. The second and most important reason is Java provides a rich set of API. Now, what is the full form of API? What do you mean by API? API means Application Programmable Interface. Now let's understand this concept by a very simple example. If you have developed a simple calculator program in Java, and if I want to use that program in my existing project, then I can directly use your program. So in this case, no need to code again that program. This is just a simple example to explain the API concept, but this type of simple as well as complex programs are already developed in terms of library by the Oracle company. So we just need to import that library or API as per the requirement. The third reason is Java is easy to learn. Right now I am not going to discuss regarding this point. We will come to later on. The fourth reason is Java is object-oriented programming language. So what? There are so many object-oriented programming language available in the market which provides object-oriented functionality. So how Java is differ from all another object-oriented programming language? That we will see in the next session. Okay. The next point is Java provides two important and powerful tools, or you can say the white elephant of Java. Why I can say white elephant? Because with the help of Eclipse and NetBeans, developer can develop web application, standalone application, GUI based application, as well as mobile application. So these two tools are very much powerful. The next reason is Java provides the wonderful community support. For example, if you are stuck into the some of the problem, and if you will post the problem in any of the Java forum, then within 1 or 2 hours you will get the response. That's the major reason why Java is so much popular amongst all the developers. The next reason is, and the most obvious reason, Java is everywhere. Today, 3 billion devices are used Java as a basic programming language. You can just take any electronic equipment and you will find the Java. For example, LED TV, refrigerator, air condition, microprocessor chip, even debit card. You can take any electronic equipment and you will find Java. So these are the some of the common points, or you can say these are the common reasons why Java is so much popular, as well as why Java is so much required in our curriculum. Now the next interesting slide is how Java invented. अरे कौन है वो पागल जिसने ये जावा बनाया था? Here I also shown one of the photograph of that person, and that person name is James Gosling. This was the actual creator of the Java. Initially, Java was known as Oak programming language, and to represent that language, they were generally used the famous cartoon character mascot. This is the symbol of mascot. Now, the next question is how coffee cup symbols comes into the picture and from where creator found this name Java. In this slide, I have also shown one map, and from this map I come to know that actually Java is a one type of lonely island in Indonesia. अरे यार एक बार गूगल में सर्च करके देखना, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस ऑन दिस अर्थ. So what happened? The creators of Java regularly visited one of the coffee shops on this island, and they have drunk thousands of coffee during the development of this language. And this is the story why this language is known as Java, and from where this coffee cup symbol comes into the picture. Okay, so these are the some of the history of Java. I will move towards to the next session, and in this slide we will learn the basic terminology that you already studied in the previous programming language. For example, variable and data type. Whatever rules are required to name the variable, that same rule is applicable in this language. Data type means integer, float, double, character, long, whatever you have studied in the C or C++ programming language. Loop means I am talking about while loop, do while loop, for loop. Controlling statement means if else, if later, and all that. Then switch case. Then the very important concept is class and object. These two concepts are very much important. Okay. एक बार क्या हुआ? When I asked this question to my students in the classroom that what do you mean by class? Then generally students answer this question like class is nothing but it's a collection of objects. Technically this is true. But practically and for the understanding purpose, I am going to give one real life example to explain these two concepts. What is class and what is object? Assume if you want to purchase a new home, then what builder shown you? Builder first shows you the architecture plan, and from that architecture plan you having a clear cut idea and how your home looks like. So what is that architecture plan? It is nothing but it's a blueprint of something, and by looking at that blueprint your actual object comes into the picture. So if somebody asks you the questions like who come first, class or object, then obviously the answer is the first is a class, and by looking at the class the actual object comes into this world. So in short, class is nothing, it's a blueprint of something, it's a on paper, it's a on hand document, and by looking at that document I have clear cut idea to develop that object and put that object into the real world. Now, so these are the some basic terminology that we are going to study in this language. Now, the most important slide. अरे वाह, क्या होटल है? भूख लग गई. In this slide, I have kept the title Punjabi Dhaba versus Pure Hotel. Can anybody imagine why I have kept this type of title? Okay. Before discussing the actual point, just let me know what are the basic difference between roadside ढाबा and hotel. मैंने ये सवाल जब अपनी क्लास में पूछा था, I got some hilarious answers. चलो कुछ डिफरेंस डिस्कस करते हैं. Okay. The first difference is प्योर पंजाबी होटल में वेटर लोग क्या पहनते हैं? सूट, सलवार, कमीज. इन द केस ऑफ पंजाबी ढाबा वेटर लोग क्या पहनते हैं? अरे आपको पता भी नहीं चलता कि कौन वेटर है और कौन आदमी है. अरे एक बार ऐसा हुआ था, व्हेन आई वाज इन भावनगर ड्यूरिंग 31st पार्टी, सब वेटर लोग सूट पहन के आए थे, सब आदमी लोग भी सूट पहन के आए थे. Even I cannot easily recognize who was the waiter and who was the person who coming for the dinner. So मैंने आवाज़ लगाई कि एक्सक्यूज मी, और वो एक्चुअली वेटर नहीं था. और उस टाइम हमारी हालत देखने लायक थी. Okay, forget about. Let's discuss the difference between Punjabi Dhaba and Punjabi hotel. The second difference is, as per the menu, or you can say about price. Punjabi Dhaba के अंदर price थोड़ी कम होती है. Well, in the case of pure Punjabi hotel, you have to pay some more money. You have to pay some more bucks. This is second difference. The third difference in terms of comfortability. Fourth difference, quality. Fifth difference, ultimately there are so many differences between Punjabi Dhaba and Punjabi hotel. But what is my actual point? If I am going to order kaju curry, mixed vegetable, both the places, is it available? Yes, there are some common subjects, there are some common features which may be available in both the places. This is the point that I am going to discuss in this slide. Actually, the title is C++ versus Java. Again, I am going to manipulate the title. The title is Object Oriented Programming Language versus Pure Object Oriented Programming Language. And to understand this difference, I have kept this title Punjabi Dhaba versus Punjabi hotel. Even though Java is known as pure Punjabi hotel, there are some common features that resides in all object-oriented programming language. So first, we are going to discuss some of the common features of all the object-oriented programming language. The first feature is encapsulation. The second feature is inheritance. Third feature is polymorphism. And the last feature is data abstraction. These are the four common features which make any language as an object-oriented programming language. So these features are available in C++ and these features are also available in the Java. Now, the first we will discuss the encapsulation. Encapsulation means what? In terms of book, if you will read the definition, then encapsulation means wrapping of data and function together and keep them safely from outside the world. This is the meaning of encapsulation. Okay. ये बात समझने के लिए मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. आप सब लोगों ने एक्लेयर्स चॉकलेट तो खाई है. कोई भी चॉकलेट ले लो रेपर वाली. मैं दो चॉकलेट लेता हूँ, एक के ऊपर से रेपर निकाल देता हूँ और एक चॉकलेट को एज इट इज रखता हूँ. वो दोनों चॉकलेट अब मैं सनलाइट में रखता हूँ एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम इफ आई विल चेक द रिजल्ट, देन व्हाट हैपन, जिस चॉकलेट के ऊपर रेपर है वो चॉकलेट सेफ है और जिसके ऊपर से मैंने रेपर निकाल दिया है वो चॉकलेट की हालत बहुत खराब है. सो व्हाई कंपनी इज गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड दिस टाइप ऑफ रेपर? बिकॉज टू प्रोटेक्ट समथिंग. क्या प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए? जो चीज रेपर के अंदर है उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए. सो इन जावा ऑल्सो देयर इज वन कंपोनेंट कि अगर उसके अंदर आप कोई भी चीज रखो तो वो आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड से प्रोटेक्टेड है एंड दैट कंपोनेंट नेम इज क्लास. Class is the best example in Java who provides the facility of encapsulation. The next feature is abstraction. Again, this is the most important features. What is the actual meaning of abstraction? We will discuss these features by taking one of the example. Assume कि आप लोगों को कोई एक नई कार खरीदनी है. So आप लोग कौन कौन सी बात ध्यान में रखोगे? For example, कार का कलर कौन सा है, कार का वर्जन कौन सा है, कौन सी कंपनी की कार लेनी है आप लोगों को, कितने सीसी का इंजन चाहिए आप लोगों को. दिस आर द मोस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर्स दैट नॉर्मली ऑल पीपल टेक एंड केयर अबाउट. लेकिन हाउ कार इंजन वर्क्स, मैं स्टीयरिंग को राइट साइड घुमाता हूँ तो कार कैसे राइट साइड जाती है, अगर मैं लेफ्ट साइड घुमाता हूँ तो वो लेफ्ट साइड कैसे जाती है, इंजन के मैकेनिज्म क्या है, इस सब में किसी को इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता. जितना यूजर को जरूरी है उतना उनको दिखाओ and that is the meaning of abstraction. So abstraction means always hides the complexity from the user. Now what is the difference between abstraction and encapsulation? Because in both the cases we are talking about hiding of data. In encapsulation option we are going to hide the data, and in the case of abstraction also we are hiding the data. So what is the basic difference between encapsulation and abstraction that we are going to discuss in this slide? Assume this is a scientific calculator and there is one scientific formula stored into this calculator. I just need to enter some of the values, and after pressing the enter button I will directly get the answer. So how this answer comes from? There are some background process done under the calculator, but that all the background process are hide, and this hiding process is called encapsulation. It's a logical hiding operation. But if I am going to talk about the abstraction, then when I press 6 or when I press any button, then how battery module works, what are the exactly change occur into the calculator. That means I am talking about the hardware part. So this type of hiding is known as abstraction. So this is the clear difference between encapsulation and abstraction. So in one line, if you want to remember, then encapsulation means I am talking about logical hiding of data, and abstraction means I am talking about the hardware hiding of data. This is the one line that you can remember. Now the next slide is inheritance. By looking at this picture, I don't need to repeat, or I don't need to teach you anything, because no DNA test needed. Whatever properties are present into the parents, that all the properties are inherited into the child without any doubt, and that is the meaning of inheritance. Okay, now the next feature is polymorphism. इसको समझाने के लिए मैं आप लोगों को बहुत बढ़िया एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मान लो कि आप अपने सबसे फेवरेट फ्रेंड के साथ एक वीक के लिए बाहर घूमने के लिए जा रहे हो, बहुत मस्ती की आप लोगों ने, और दूसरे ही दिन आप लोग मेरे साथ बाहर घूमने के लिए आते हो एक वीक के लिए. तो जो मस्ती आप लोगों ने अपने फ्रेंड के साथ खुल के की थी, क्या वो मस्ती आप शुरुआत से मेरे साथ कर सकते हो? कभी नहीं. नाउ इन दिस केस व्हाट हैपन, पर्सन सेम है, सिर्फ उसका बिहेवियर चेंज हुआ है. ओके, मान लो कि आपका एक रिजल्ट आया और अब वो रिजल्ट लेके आपको घर जाना है. अगेन योर एक्सप्रेशन चेंज. वैकेशन खत्म करके आपको कॉलेज में आना है और सम फ्रेंड्स के साथ आप मिलजुल कर बात करना है. अगेन योर एक्सप्रेशन चेंज. सो इन ऑल द केसेस person remains the same, only the behavior is getting changed, and this is the meaning of polymorphism. Okay, in this figure also, if I am saying phone, then which type of phone? Touch phone, rotary phone, pay phone, cellular phone. इस सब का पर्पस एक है, लेकिन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अलग अलग है, and this is the meaning of polymorphism. How it is possible to achieve this type of polymorphism in Java, that we will see in the next session. Okay, okay, so these are the common features, that polymorphism, then inheritance, then encapsulation and abstraction. If these four features are available in any of the language, then we can say that language is object oriented programming language. That's why we can say C++ is an object oriented programming language. Now, in pure Punjabi hotel, we will always get some of the special facilities, and with that facility, that hotel becomes the famous. So in Java also, there are some special services, there are some special facilities, there are some special features, and which make this language is pure object oriented programming language. And the first feature is Java is a platform independent language. How how I can say that Java is a platform independent language? To understand this topic, first look at this figure. Here I have drawn the simple Java program lifecycle. After writing the Java program, actually how Java is differ from any another language. In Java, to execute the program, you have to pass through two phases. The first phase is called the compilation phase, and after completion of compilation phase, the next phase is called interpreter. So assume you are having one Java program, you have compiled that program, and then after compilation you will get one another format, and that format is called bytecode. When this format goes through the compiler, sorry, interpreter, then finally you will get the output. So actually in Java, your program will execute in the two phase. Whereas in the case of C and C++, only one phase are there, and which makes that platform dependent. The source code written into C or C++ gets transformed into an object code, and that object code is totally dependent on operating system and machine. That's why C and C++, these two languages are platform dependent, while Java is a platform independent. Because मान लो कि ये बाइट कोड लेके मैं iOS के मशीन पर जाता हूँ और विंडोज के मशीन पर जाता हूँ और लिनक्स के मशीन पर जाता हूँ, अगर मेरे पास JVM है, JVM means Java Virtual Machine, अगर वो मेरे पास है, then I can easily execute this bytecode and I will get the output. In that machine, even I don't require this Java file. And that is the reason how Java becomes the platform independent. So this is the first special features of the Java. The next feature is Java is a highly secure language. अगर आप कोई भी बुक पढ़ोगे, so इसका रीज़न क्या दिया होगा? Why Java is more secure? Because generally Java does not support the pointer hash. ये सबसे अच्छा पॉइंट है इसके अंदर. बिकॉज अभी भी मुझे याद है मैं जब पढ़ता था सी लैंग्वेज, और उसके अंदर जब सर ने पॉइंटर शुरू किया, सर स्टार बढ़ाते गए बढ़ाते गए बढ़ाते गए और मुझे तारे दिखाते गए दिखाते गए दिखाते गए. ओके, इट्स अ जोक्स अपार्ट. Okay, Java provides the highest security because obviously it does not support the pointer. But this is not only the reason. There is one another reason which makes this language is highly secure, and that reason is this sandbox. What is sandbox? Actually, sandbox is a part of JVM, Java Virtual Machine. When you request for any web page from the server, and when you will get the response from the remote machine, at that time all your response comes through the sandbox part, and whatever applications or whatever requests that come from the remote machine, they cannot directly access your local resources. And if they want to access your local machine resources, then this is the error. Not error, this is the warning. And when you click on run, that request will be accessed by the client. So it always asks for your permission. If you are not getting the permission, if you will not permit, then this application will not run successfully. So this is the reason why Java is more secure language. But for the sake of simplicity, just remember Java does not support the pointer. That's why Java is highly secure. Just forget about this sandbox concept right now. Okay. The next important feature and the special feature is Java is a distributed programming language. Now what do you mean by distributed programming language? Assume यू आर हैविंग वन बिग प्रोग्राम, 10,000 लाइन्स का एक प्रोग्राम है आपके पास, and you are going to divide that whole program into the 5 different modules, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000 and 2000. आपने वो प्रोग्राम 5 मॉड्यूल के अंदर ऐसे डिवाइड किया है, वो पांचों मॉड्यूल को मैं इंडिपेंडेंटली अलग अलग मशीन के अंदर एक्सिक्यूट कर सकता हूँ. एंड दिस थिंग इज पॉसिबल ओनली इन द केस ऑफ जावा. So here I can convert the bigger module into the small module. That's why I can say Java is a distributed programming language. The next important and special feature is Java provides the multi-threading facility. Now what do you mean by multi-threading? Actually we are going to study the whole chapter based on this point, but right now I'm just going to explain what is thread. Thread and process. Process means bigger one and thread means smaller one. What is thread? Thread is a part of process. So in one process it might be possible you are having more than one thread. Assume by looking at this figure, in this figure I have shown total 3 process, process 1, process 2 and process 3. The process 1 is having only one thread, process 2 having 2 thread and process 3 having total 4 threads. Multi-threading means what? How switching is occur within the process and among the threads. Now here I have there is one important term, that is switching. Switching means what? Switching means the transfer from one position to another thread, one position to another position. For example, if I want to jump from this thread to this thread, this will call the switching. If I am going to jump from this process to this process, again this is the example of switching. So switching may be occurred between threads as well as between process. So for this session, just remember thread is nothing but it's a part of process. It's a smaller part of the process, and it might be possible that you are having more number of threads in a single process. So these are the 4 special features provided by the Java programming language, that is platform independent, security, distributed programming language and multi-threading facility. And by looking at these 4 special features, this language is a pure object-oriented programming language. Here in the title I have write near to 100%. Theoretically it is possible, it is pure object-oriented programming language, but practically again this statement is not true. But for this session just remember Java is pure object-oriented programming language because there are some types of special features. Okay, so for this session हम इतना ही रखते हैं. These are my personal details. You can also visit my blog pinalshahit.blogspot.com, and you can also mail me or you can also directly call me for any queries or guidance. Contact me personally. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session shortly. Thank you. Goodbye. I hope you will enjoy my session. That's all. And thank you for listening. Goodbye.